Have you ever made a mistake in English that was so embarrassing you wanted to disappear into the ground? Not just a small mistake. I'm talking about the kind of mistake that makes everyone stare at you. The cashier stares, the people behind you stare, even the chickens would stare if they could. Wait, did I just say chickens? Yes, I did. And that's exactly what this story is about. The day I learned that one small pronunciation mistake can turn a simple lunch order into the most expensive English lesson of my life. But here's the thing. Sometimes our biggest mistakes become our greatest teachers. Let me take you back to that day. It was my third month in Toronto, Canada. I was feeling pretty confident about my English. I could order coffee without pointing at the menu. I could ask for directions without using Google Translate. I felt ready for anything. That Tuesday afternoon, I was walking downtown when my stomach started growling, loudly. The kind of hunger that makes you forget about being careful with your English. I saw a KFC across the street. Perfect. I knew exactly what I wanted. 2 pieces of chicken. Simple. Easy. What could go wrong? Oh, if only I knew. I walked in. The smell of fried chicken filled the air. There was a short line. Just 2 people ahead of me. I watched the customers in front of me. They ordered so smoothly. I'll have the 3-piece meal. Can I get the bucket for 2? I practiced in my head. 2 chickens, please. 2 pieces of chicken. I want 2 chickens. Simple, right? My turn came. The cashier was a young guy, maybe 18 years old. He had a friendly smile. He looked at me expectantly. I opened my mouth, and what came out was 20 chickens, please. The cashier blinked. Once, twice, 3 times. He looked at me like I had just asked him to sell me the entire restaurant. "Excuse me, sir?" he said. "Did you say 20 chickens?" And here's where it gets worse. I thought he didn't understand my accent, so I said it again, louder, clearer. "Yes, 20 chickens." Now everyone in the restaurant was looking at me. The family behind me, the teenagers by the window. Even the manager poked his head out from the back. The cashier started typing on his register. Click, click, click. The numbers kept growing on his screen. Then he said something that made my heart stop. "That'll be $89.76, sir." $89.76 for lunch. My monthly food budget was $200. He was asking for almost half of it for 1 meal. I felt my wallet crying in my pocket. That seems expensive?" I stammered. The cashier looked at me patiently. "Well, sir, 20 pieces of chicken, that's 4 family meals plus..." And that's when it hit me, like a ton of bricks. Or should I say, like 20 chickens? I had said 20 instead of 2. 20 chickens, not 2 chickens. 20. I wanted to disappear, right there, into the KFC floor tiles. You know that feeling when you realize you've made a huge mistake? Your face gets hot, your stomach drops, and everyone is watching? That was me, standing in KFC, red-faced, having just ordered enough chicken to feed a small army. See, here's what happened. In my native language, we don't have the th sound. When I see 2, my brain wants to say 2. But when I try to be careful with pronunciation, sometimes 2 becomes 20. The difference between 2 and 20 isn't just letters. It's tongue position, it's mouth shape, it's years of muscle memory from your first language. But here's what I learned that day. Perfect pronunciation isn't the goal. Clear communication is. Because you know what happened next? The cashier didn't laugh at me. The people behind me didn't make fun of my accent. Instead, the cashier said, "Oh, you mean 2 pieces of chicken, right?" "Yes," I said, 2. Just 2. He smiled and pressed some buttons. The price changed from $89.76 to $6.99. Much better. And then he said something that changed everything. "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm learning Spanish, and last week I accidentally asked my teacher to marry me instead of asking about homework." Everyone in line laughed. Not at me, with the universal experience of language learning mistakes. As I sat there, eating my 2 pieces of chicken, not 20, I realized something important about numbers in English. Numbers are tricky in English because some sound very similar. 13 versus 30, 14 versus 40, 15 versus 50, and yes, 2 versus 20. But here's the secret I learned. When you're not sure, be extra clear. Don't whisper numbers. Don't rush them. Say them slowly and clearly. For example, instead of mumbling 2, say 2 pieces. Instead of rushing 13, say 13. Instead of unclear 40, say 4T. And here's what I started doing after that day. I began practicing numbers everywhere. At the grocery store, I want 3 apples. At the coffee shop, 4 sugars, please. At the bus stop, when does the number 12 bus come? You know what happened? My confidence with numbers grew. My overall English confidence grew. And I never ordered 20 chickens by mistake again. Although I did once order 30 tacos instead of 3. But that's a story for another video. After that KFC incident, I started paying attention to other people's number mistakes. And guess what? I wasn't alone. My friend Sarah once tried to buy 50 apples instead of 15 apples. The grocery store clerk asked if she was opening a restaurant. Another friend, Miguel, told a taxi driver to take him to 19th Street instead of 9th Street. They drove around for 20 minutes looking for a street that didn't exist. And my roommate Lisa, she once told her boss she needed 40 days off instead of 4 days off. Her boss thought she was quitting. The point is, these mistakes happen to everyone. Native speakers make them too. The difference is, we're more nervous about it. But every mistake teaches us something. Every correction makes us better. Every embarrassing moment becomes a story we can laugh about later. So here's what I want you to do. Right now, today, practice numbers in real situations. Every day you use numbers. Ordering food, buying things, telling time, giving your phone number, asking for directions. Here's my number practice method. Step 1, slow and clear. Don't rush. Say each number like it's important, because it is. Step 2, use context. Don't just say 2. Say 2 pieces of chicken. The context helps people understand even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Step 3, confirm when it matters. If someone looks confused, don't panic. Just say it differently. 2. TWO. Just 2. Practice these tricky pairs. 13. 13 versus 30. 30. 14. 14 versus 40. 40. 15. 15 versus 50. 50. Notice the pattern? Teen numbers stress on teen. Tie numbers stress on the first part. And remember, every cashier, every waiter, every shopkeeper, they want to understand you. They're not judging your accent. They're trying to help you get what you need. You know what I realized months later? That day at KFC wasn't really about chickens at all. It was about learning that mistakes aren't failures. They're data, information, stepping stones to better communication. Before that day, I was afraid of making mistakes. I would order simple things to avoid confusion. I would point at menus instead of speaking. I was playing it safe. After that day, I embraced the mistakes. I started ordering more complex things. I started having longer conversations. I started taking risks with my English. Because here's the truth. Every fluent English speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes to get there. Thousands of 20 chickens moments. Thousands of red-faced corrections. Thousands of opportunities to learn and grow. And now, when I hear someone make a number mistake, I don't judge them. I remember my 20 chickens, and I help them get what they actually want. Because that's what language learning is really about. Not perfection, connection, understanding, and sometimes a really good story to tell later. So here's your challenge. This week, I want you to practice ordering something with numbers. Go to a restaurant and order 3 tacos, please, 2 coffees, 4 pieces of sushi. Remember, speak slowly and clearly. Use context. 3 tacos, not just 3. Don't panic if someone asks you to repeat. Smile. Mistakes are human. And when you successfully order the right number of something, celebrate. You're not just ordering food, you're building confidence. You're proving to yourself that you can communicate effectively in English. And if you make a mistake, laugh about it, learn from it, and remember, you're in good company. All of us in the English learning community have our 20 chicken stories. If this story made you laugh, if you've ever made a similar mistake, if you want to turn your English mistakes into confidence-building stories, then you're in the right place. Here at English Tales Time, we believe that the best English lessons come from real experiences, real mistakes, real breakthroughs, real stories that help you realize you're not alone in this journey. Every week, I share stories like this one, stories that teach you practical English through real-life situations, stories that show you it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to be embarrassed sometimes, it's okay to be human. If you want more real English stories and practical lessons, subscribe to English Tales Time. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join thousands of English learners who are choosing courage over perfection. And here's something fun. In the comments below, tell me, what's your 20 chickens story? Have you ever ordered too much food by mistake? Asked for directions to the wrong place? Mixed up numbers in an important situation? Said something completely different from what you meant? Share your story in the comments. Let's learn from each other. Let's laugh together. Let's build a community where mistakes are stepping stones, not roadblocks.